what's up? Shane here from Drummer Photography, and today we're going to be speaking about the newly announced Canon G7 X and the Sony RX100 IV. So first touch with these cameras, the Sony feels very sleek and sturdy while the Canon feels very rugged and tough. So the Canon has elevated buttons and I really like the feeling every time I push the button, while the Sony is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit harder to push the buttons and it's not my preference. The one thing that the Sony has over the Canon is definitely the viewfinder. The viewfinder is a great aspect to have towards your cameras, while the Canon has a little click on its ring. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's great when you want to change your aperture or your shutter speed or something manual. Although the clicking from the Canon doesn't really work too well when you're doing manual focusing. So it has its ups and downs. You want to go inside? The menu functions of the Sony, it's something that I'm not very familiar with, but it's pretty easy to get a grasp of how it works. Finding what you need to do on a Canon PowerShot, to me, it's very simple. Sony has more options and more menus and buttons and stuff to figure out, so I'm gonna give this one to the Canon. Although when it comes down to whatever type of camera you have, you pretty much get used to it. So the autofocus on the Canon is a little bit slower. It gets the shot, but it has to focus and refocus a little bit before you get the shot, while the Sony is very quick and responsive. So when it comes to autofocus, I definitely give it to the Sony, hands down. So right now we're gonna test out the burst shooting. Let's see how fast both of them can go. Canon's not bad when it comes to burst shooting, but compared to the Sony, it loses. But when it comes to video, Sony wins hands down again with the 4K video and the slow motion, going up to 960 frames per second. Amazing. Canon only shoots 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, when it comes to manual focus, I'm not really a big fan of the Canon. I don't like the clicks. I don't want to hear that in my video. Sony has it really smooth and the focus ring works beautifully. These are the advantages the Sony has over the Canon. It has an eye-level viewfinder, it shoots 4K video, slow motion videos, faster JPEG shooting, higher extended ISO, and has a faster shutter. These are the advantages the Canon has over the Sony. It has more zoom and it has the touchscreen. And that's about it. So the common strengths with these cameras are the focus peaking, the tiltable screen, the NFC capabilities, the built-in Wi-Fi, and last but not least, the ND filter to help you with all these sun rays. So between these two cameras, I definitely want to give it to the Sony. Yeah! The Sony wins because of the 4K video, the tiltable screen, the NFC capabilities, the list just goes on. But the Canon isn't that far behind. I think it's better compared to the Sony RX100 III. So I said it once and I'm gonna say it again. Sony hands down has the best point and shoots in the game. 4K video, whole bunch of different features, slow motion, I love it. Canon isn't too far behind, but it still needs to play catch up. Once again, my name is Shane from Drummer Photography. Leave me your comments below. Let me know what you think about these cameras. Which one do you think is better? Tell me why. See you next time. Don't forget to check out focuscamera.com for all your camera needs. Brooklyn based, Brooklyn owned, Brooklyn community, Brooklyn stand up. Because you like sun rays. Sun ray.